Hello, YouTube. It's Dark Lord Destro. I'm trying something different this time. I usually just do game reviews, mainly focused on All Pro Football 2K8. I want to try a little something different. I'm a big James Bond fan. I've been that way since 1982, and I decided to make Spectre my very first movie review. So here we go. Now, I saw the movie Thursday night, 7 o'clock in IMAX. At first, I thought it was a great movie, but then I kind of, replayed the movie in my head later on that night and the next day, and I went from very good to pretty good to just good. Now, just tell you the things that I liked about the film was that I'm glad that the gun barrel sequence was at the beginning of the movie, how it should have been for so many years. Um, I'm glad they went back to the Maurice Binder, style gun barrel logo instead of the CGI version they had in the last one. What I didn't like, it's kind of nitpicking, James Bond wearing a gray suit and a tie. I prefer that James Bond wears a tuxedo and walks toward the screen, points the gun and shoots, and the blood drips down. That's what I prefer. That's what I prefer. But that's neither here nor there. Now the opening sequence was great. I felt that it was explosive. Um, that's way James to me. That's what James Bond movie should be. It should be to where you're coming out swinging like a boxing match. You're coming out swinging and you're showing all the bang and all this craziness was what's going on, and then that leads up to the to the rest of the movie. Now, a lot of people didn't like how he fell and he fell down and he lay on the couch. I mean, you know, the way I see it is, you're now this Craig era, which is like a reboot. You go from that hardcore blunt instrument style James Bond. As you can see, they're phasing into more of the they're phasing more into the regular, the James Bond that we grew up on. I don't have an issue with that. Um, what was kind of weird was that while the plane or the helicopter was flying around, you had the people that were on the ground. They weren't moving at all. They weren't reacting to the this helicopter. It was probably CGI graphics, or it could have been a long shot and they used a helicopter as CGI. Who knows? But it's one of those things to where I think people are nitpicking. Um, the movie started out, like I said, it was slow at times. I like the secret meeting in Rome when James Bond sneaks in. I love the intro of Batista. He came in and they were like, "Hey, this other guy is trying to compete for your spot. What are you going to do?" So he had to punish that dude. I'm not going to tell you how he does it, but I was hoping for a Batista bomb, but no, he did something more gruesome. So the little car scene between Bond and Mr. Hanks, which is played by Batista, that was decent. Yeah, I like to see a little bit more gadgets, but I see why they're kind of toning away from the gadget stuff because this is at the new contemporary James Bond. You know, I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is. I felt that the on-screen uh, appearance by Monica Bellucci, that lady should have had a lot more time than like what 5 or 6 minutes. She's a very beautiful woman. Don't care she's 51 years old. That woman is the bomb. Italian. When I saw those hips in the bed when she had that lingerie on, I was like, Lord have mercy. What the hell? Now that here there, we go back to Spectre. Now, the issue I had with this movie was that this movie is named after the criminal organization network Spectre. Okay. Now, a Bond fan will tell you that Spectre stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. But the average moviegoer does not know this. So this had to have been detailed. There was a part in the hotel room, I believe, to where Q and Bond are you know, they see the octopus logo appear on the screen, and the girl that he's with can't remember her name right now, and she tells him who they are, Spectre. Okay, that should have been a perfect example on telling Spectre and what it stands for. Just like you go back to if I remember it was Doctor No, to where when James Bond was sitting at the table with Doctor No, And then Dr. No mentions Spectre, and James Bond's like, huh? And then Dr. No lets him know what Spectre stands for. That should have been done. These are reboots, and now you're starting over the whole new franchise. You need to explain these things um, to your to the new audience, to the casual moviegoer. Um, the villain, Christoph Waltz. I've only seen him in two movies, this one and Django, and so I think he did a pretty good job. I just felt that the him his presence should have been felt a lot more in the movie, along with the criminal organization. This is Spectre. The movie's named after Spectre. What I did like, and toward the end, you'll see when they're at the at his main headquarters. They all stood up. All the members stood up in unison and was kind of facing the bind, kind of an overwhelming effect, letting them know, look, we running things around here. What are you going to do about it? Can't do jack on his homie. That sort of thing. But I just felt that, it was a lot more of a presence to be felt on Spectre, and just also the character that Christoph Waltz uh, played. And, that's the part I was missing. There was a few times that there was a little rambling on. It wasn't moving that fast. But for the most part, it was a pretty good movie. It wasn't his best movie. I think Skyfall has been the best out of all four of the Craig movies. Um, with this being second, I wasn't a fan of Casino Royale or Quantum of Solace, to the sheer fact that I'm not a Craig fan. I don't think he fits the role very well, and the fact that Casino Royale, you know, they didn't follow the novel that I read when I was a teenager. Therefore, I was somewhat hating on it, but he has grown on me a little bit. Someone to put aside that he's under 6 feet tall and got sandy blonde hair. But for the most part, this movie, I say out of 10 stars, I say I give it about a 7.5 or 8. And like I said, I don't have a footage of me. This is my first time doing a movie review, so bear with me. I'll have more coming. And so that'll be all. You have any questions, comments, or anything? Please leave. I'm a big James Bond head, and been a fan since '82. And let's discuss it. You can find me on Twitter, Dark Destro MD, Facebook, Lord Destro Productions. That's my Facebook page. Talk to you later. Peace.